Hi, how you doing? How's the family? There is a software that was developed in the late 90s, codename ICE, I-C-E. It means Interrupt Corrupt Coding Interface. Anyway, and the reason they developed it was because they had power system problems. They had, well, the systems of power that you know, used, I don't know, kind of like a data. All right, so you have a data packet. You have a data packet. And then you have, you know, electrons flowing through your device. Anyway, and then what happens is you have this fall off. And this fall off results in data loss. And the data loss, of course, had to be corrected because you have these massive systems. Like, I used to work for the National Security Agency as an analyst, and you had this fall off. And the data that was lost was sometimes critical. Like, I was actually on a team that monitored Soviet communications, code word communications. And anyway, the playbooks that you would have would be full of holes if you had data loss of some magnitude. So what happened was they developed this thing called ICE. I is in indigo, C is in Charlie, E is in echo. Anyway, that's what happened. ICE was useful because it allowed us to analyze data systems, analyze the power requirements of these data systems. And they made it so that, well, we didn't have so much data loss. The problem was there were malicious people, agents of foreign governments. They came in and found ICE and they stole it. They stole the software. So ICE became a feature on the black market. So you had ICE being circulated amongst malicious people. This is probably circa 2000, 2002. And then what happened was ICE became a way to basically break into data systems. Like if I plug into an electrical current receptacle in that Starbucks down there, and that's at the corner of 2nd and Lenora, then I could be subjecting myself to invasion by someone employing ICE in and around that store. They may not be in that store, they may be upstairs, they may be over here at WAN, Japanese, some shit. But anyway, data systems are broken into routinely now through the use of ICE, I-C-E. ICE also stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. So if you're an illegal immigrant in the United States, ICE may come to your door and say, "Hey, do you have a green card?" or some shit like that. But ICE, more importantly, is a software. It is a subroutine used initially by lawful organizations to test the power requirements and the data loss that might occur. But now it's being used maliciously by terror organizations, other things. You know what those other things are, don't you? Yes, you do. Anyway. There is also a very secret organization called Satan, S-A-T-A-N. I am a member of Satan. In fact, some people say I am Satan, which is of course true. But anyway, ICE, like if I plug into a receptacle down there, for instance, and I'm using my computer or my iPhone or something, and somebody in this building, you know, has a sort of interface, they can actually look inside my computer, inside my iPhone. They can see what I got. They can see my goodies. So the moral of the story is, my dear, don't be confident that your systems will not be invaded. Denzel Washington did a film called Safe House. And it's about basically nobody being safe. There's nobody safe. There's no safe place. No safe place. So I'm on the street corner in Seattle, Washington today, which is December 22nd, 2012, Common Era. You might think I'm safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe at all. At any moment, some guy comes along with a gun, puts it to my head and says, "Give me your goddamn money, motherfucker." Well, do I give him the goddamn money, or do I resist? If I resist, I get shot. Or not. So there's no safety in fucking Seattle. There's no safety in the United States. There's no safety in the planet Earth. There's no safety in the universe. There's no safe place. So the moral of the story is, all these miscreants, you know what a miscreant is? That is a person who's nasty, who's bad, a bad person. That's another word for miscreant. Like, I'm using an iPhone on a public street. Does that make me an enemy of the state? Or does it make me just kind of careless? It might make me careless. I could be careless. Anyway, my boss originally was, I'm trying to think of who my boss was. Oh, Lou Panetta was my boss initially when I first signed on to the CIA. I think he was. Yeah. And then my boss became David Petraeus. And now my boss is somebody named Michael Morrill or some shit. Anyway, and I work for the CIA as an operations officer, codename Windfall. Originally my codename was Barking Dog 9, of all things. I didn't choose that one. I did choose Windfall. I chose Windfall because I like it. So, like, I have an iPhone. I have 6 iPhones, actually. I have 2 iPhone 5s. I have 1 iPhone 4. And I have 3 iPhone 4Ss. I could get an iPhone 6 if they come out with an iPhone 6. I'm eligible for an upgrade. I have 3 computers, one of them operational, one of them the power doesn't work for some reason. You know what that means. And I have one the screen's cracked. But anyway, here's the thing. I got lots of stuff. But mostly what I got is right up here. My mind. You know what they say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So in this case, I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to get down the street and get me a biscuit. Where do I get a biscuit from?